What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my Sapienza Discover video. So we're going to start off on everything on the perimeter. I think there's going to be 47 things maybe in Discover. So here's the first one. Going to be the crash site. You can come in here to get the art store right here. You can head through here to get the ice cream shop. Right here. We're then going to head up through Town Hall and hit up the spots up here. So here is Town Hall. This large area right here. There's also a tower up here as well as the hippies room, so we'll hit this. Hit the hippies room first. Right here. And then we'll go up to the tower, the very tippity top. There you are. So then we'll just head down to the ground level real quick. It's a huge map, so there's a ton of stuff to find, so just bear with me. Alright, then we can just leave out this door. Alrighty, so we're starting on the bottom again. There's a shop in here. This is the ceramic shop. Butcher shop is in here. Move, lady. Jeez. Out of the way. Dude, what is she doing? Alright, we'll head up to the ICA safe house right here. ICA safe house. We'll head into Rocco's apartment. And here. And then down here is going to be what's called the apartments, so make sure that you discover this as well. All of these areas are the apartments. So we'll just head down to the bottom floor again. From here, we're going to head over to the hairdresser is in here. You can walk in and get there. There's just so many people in the way for whatever reason. Like, dude, leave. Please. Thank you. There's this area, which is the winery. You can then head up here, which is going to be Old Town. This area right here is Old Town. You just get it by coming through here. And then watch out for everyone. There's going to be a door you can lockpick. This is going to be the flower shop. Alright, from here, let's get up out of here. Move, dude. Like, what is up with people? Just following me around and stuff. So we'll head to the pier and hit the two beach spots. But here's like the beach front. Here's the beach. Over here is the pier. We'll hit this. Here's the pier. And then we can start heading back. And then over here is going to be the church. So we'll head into here. There's a church and bell tower. So we'll get into both of these spots. Here's the church. Watch out for the dudes in here. They get really angry. At the very top of this long run is going to be the bell tower. So just head up here real quick, get the area found, and then head down. Beside us is going to be a morgue, so we'll hit the morgue as well.
Mister, you are currently trespassing in a
Alright, screw these guys. Gotta take them out. Problem solved. Alright, so here's the morgue, like I said. You can just sneak in the side. Here's the morgue. And then back here is going to be the graveyard. All the way in the back. Right here. And then there's going to be a tunnel we can head down. Going to count as one of the areas we need, so just be aware of that. Right down here. So here is the tunnels. From here, we have 2 more spots to get down on the perimeter, and then we can start heading up to the inside of the villa. So I'll run to the end of here real quick. Grab this spot. That's going to be the graveyard sewer entrance. And then down here we can loop around over into here. The creepy little catacombs. And here is the catacombs. So from here, as you can see on your map, we are done with, if I can zoom out, we're done with the perimeter. So now we'll start focusing on the inside of the villa. Alright, so it's time to start on the inside. So starting on the inside real quick, we're going to go get a disguise so I can move decently freely. There's one in this guy's room that we can just, get access to. It's not a big deal. And we're basically just going to go through all the rooms. So we're going to do it pretty quickly for the most part. We're going to start on the top and base levels first. So we'll go down here real quick. There's this area. You can then head up to the kitchen up here. There's these areas. Kitchen. There's also going to be an observatory out here, as well as the patio. So step out to the patio right here. And then we can go into the observatory. While we're here in the observatory, we're going to pick up a key card just to keep going. Like I said, here's the observatory. We're also trespassing, so be careful. There's this room right here. And then we'll start on the top floors. You can come up to this room and stuff. This is still the observatory, I'm pretty sure. Still the observatory all the way up here. And we're going to head out here. So from here, we're pretty much on the top floor. We're going to hop in through here real quick and finish these guys so that we have a little bit more access to move around. There's this area, the main area, like all around here. this room. You can unlock it with your lockpick. There's the outside foyer areas. There's the patios. Pretty much covers it on the top floor. There's the outside areas. And there's also the attic that we'll cover real quick. So up here is the attic. So we'll start moving our way down the house. Here's also the security room. And we'll start working our way down.
You look like you've done something you shouldn't, am I right?
So we'll go through these rooms. This is Caruso's mother's room right here. There's this outside area. There's this giant foyer area. There's these areas. And this is basically going to bring back into the observatory. Alright, so time to head downstairs now because we got all of this situated. There's the main entrance room. There's this room. There's these little rooms off the side. Here's the main foyer. There's also like this mini greenhouse thing out back right here. That leads down to the wine cellar. We're not going to do that just yet. There's also the lawn. This is pretty much the only spot we haven't been in the villa yet on the main floor. The lawn, and then there's another patio over here. From here, we're going to go hit the grave and then the ruins. The last spots before we head down more floors. Here's the grave. And then over here is the ruins. So over here's the ruins. You can head up there to get that. Not too hard to get. And then we're going to head downstairs. So we'll head back to that green room to head downstairs. Here is the wine cellars and stuff down here. Through here is going to be the garage. Here's the garage. And through here is the wine cellars. That's the only two spots down here that I'm aware of. You can also check your map for locations. But I'm going through every location, so it's not really necessary. Take these guys, and we're going to head down. So down here is going to be a huge area, the underground part. It's going to be the ether lab down here. There's not much down here other than the giant cave that you get as soon as you come down here, and then the research lab and stuff. So I'll just show that really quickly. So up here is going to be the lab. You can unlock it with a key reader. Get into the hazmat suit. You can come up into here. This is one of the points. Through here is going to be the laboratory where everybody's at. And then through here is going to be the research terminal right here. That's pretty much all there is to do down here. From here, we're going to head back up because there's one last spot we haven't been to yet. And conveniently, it's actually one of the spots that I don't have. So we'll just head back up. We'll head up this way instead. Alright, so we're going to head up. Wouldn't hurt to have a better disguise for this. We're just going to come through here. We'll steal one of these guys as disguise, honestly. And then from here, we're going to run out of here. I totally forgot about this last area. It's completely slipped my mind. So we'll go in through here. Slide down the pipe. And this should be our last area up here. Oh, I missed it. Up here. So there's this room that we can get into. There's this area. You can also unlock this door. There's all of these areas back here. It heads down into this room and stuff. And there's this room as well. Toilets. And then you can head down here as well to scope out these areas. The last area that I do not have is going to be on the tippity top of the ruins. You should have already gotten this, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go clean it up for myself so that we can pop the challenge at the exact same time together. So, like I said, this area is huge for, like, literally no reason. I don't know why this map's so big. It is a pretty great map, though, so you can't complain. But we're just going to head over to the ruins and finish it off together. This has pretty much been, I think, every single area I covered. I think I covered all 47 areas. The main one that's probably confusing is that Sanguine area that we just got. I totally forgot that place even existed. I think it's called the Sanguine Shop. So we'll just come around this side so we don't have to deal with all the hoopla. And we'll head up to the ruins. So we have to go up to this very tippity top. You should have already gotten the ruins if you've been here. You could have already got the top as well, but I have not gotten the top. So I'll just, finish it off real quick. And here we go. Here is the tower ruin, and that's going to be Discover Sapienza. So if you look at the map, I've showed pretty much every area from the top level to the 6th level to the 5th level, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and 0. So we've literally been everywhere on this map, and we've gotten all 47 locations. So if you guys did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless.